Hello, readers. We're continuing our read aloud of Edward Tulane. I will put links to the previous videos down below so that you can get caught up if you need to, and there's also a playlist of these on my website, on my YouTube channel. This is Chapter 3, and our image today is a setting of a very nice looking table. "She's called the Queen Mary," said Abeline's father, "and you and your mamma and I shall sail on her all the way to London." Now, from my background knowledge, I know that ships are called she sometimes, and to sail on her, it probably is, we're talking about a ship here. The Queen Mary is not a person that they're going to be riding on her back to London, but it's a ship. Okay. "What about Pellegrina?" said Abeline. "I will not go," said Pellegrina. "I will stay." You'll recall Pellegrina is Abeline's grandmother. She's French. Edward, of course, was not listening. He found the talk around the dinner table excruciatingly dull. In fact, he made a point of not listening if he could help it. But then, Abeline did something unusual, something that forced him to pay attention. As the talk about the ship continued, Abeline reached for Edward and took him from his chair and stood him in her lap. If you're just catching up with us, Edward is a toy rabbit that Abeline, the girl, loves very much. "And what about Edward?" she said, her voice high and uncertain. "What about him, darling?" said her mother. "Will Edward be sailing on the Queen Mary with us?" "Well, of course, if you wish, although you are getting a little old for such things as china rabbits." "Nonsense," said Abeline's father jovially. "Who would protect Abeline if Edward was not there?" You might recall, readers, that Abeline's father does not take Edward very seriously. He tends to joke about Edward being a real person, which is understandable since he is a toy rabbit. From the vantage point of Abeline's lap, Edward could see the whole table spread out before him in a way that he never could when he was seated in his own chair. He looked upon the glittering array of silverware and glasses and plates. Right. The glittering array. The glasses and the silverware and the plates shining in the light. He saw the amused and condescending looks of Abeline's parents, and then his eyes met Pellegrina's. She was looking at him in the way a hawk hanging lazily in the air might study a mouse on the ground. Okay. Perhaps the rabbit fur on Edward's ears and tail and the whiskers on his nose had some dim memory of being hunted, for a shiver went through him. "Yes," said Pellegrina without taking her eyes off Edward. "Who would watch over Abeline if the rabbit were not there?" That night, when Abeline asked, as she did every night, if there would be a story, Pellegrina said, "Tonight, lady, there will be a story." Abeline sat up in bed. "I think that Edward needs to sit here with me," she said, "so that he can hear the story too." "I think that is best," said Pellegrina. "Yes, I think that the rabbit must hear the story." Abeline picked Edward up, sat him next to her in bed, and arranged the covers around him. Then she said to Pellegrina, "We are ready now." "So," said Pellegrina. She coughed. "And so, the story begins with a princess." "A beautiful princess?" Abeline asked. "A very beautiful princess." "How beautiful?" "You must listen," said Pellegrina. "It is all in the story." Now, that was a short chapter, but it is setting up something pretty exciting, I feel. So far, Edward, the toy china rabbit, right? This rabbit that's basically made out of the same thing as dishes, and he seems to lead a pretty boring life. The most exciting things that have ever happened to him are that a dog chewed on him once, and that the new maid put him in a bookshelf instead of where he's supposed to sit, right? So what exciting things are headed his way? I have a feeling that this story that Pellegrina Abilene's grandmother is about to tell her is going to be a turning point. And I'm already sensing some connections with the Tale of Despero. Did you catch anything that reminded you of the Tale of Despero? I'm remembering when Despero, his life gets changed by a story about a princess as well. A story about a knight in shining armor whose noble love for the princess leads him somewhere unexpected, and how Despero's own love for the princess in his life leads him down unexpected pathways. So I think that reading this book by the same author, The Miraculous Journey of Edward Tulane, after reading this book, is helping me deepen my connections and understand better both books. So this is something I recommend to you readers. My last thought of the day is to, when you like a book, try to find something else by the same author, because it's going to help you get into that new book just that much more fast and just that much deeper. So stay curious, and I'll see you next time, readers.